Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Donatello, and if you're watching this, hopefully you've seen some of our other videos, and if you have thyroid disease, listen up, because this next topic is very near and dear to not only your heart, but your intestinal tract, and that's called leaky gut. We find this to be a common problem with people with thyroid disease, and out of the hundreds of people that I've worked with, we've had only a few that didn't have some sort of leaky gut. So what is that? All right, well, follow me here. When you chew on your food, and it goes down your esophagus into your stomach, and then it's pushed into your intestinal tract. What happens is you have these small villi that should absorb nutrients, right? So what happens is this. People with thyroid disease, many of them have reactivity to food. So what does that mean? Well, your immune system looks at that food as a foreign invader. So let's say you have a piece of bread, and there's gluten in bread. Or you have a glass of milk, and there's casein, a protein in milk. And your body looks at those proteins, gluten or gliadin, the protein in gluten, or the casein, the protein in milk, and you swallow it and it goes down into your intestinal tract, and then it's floating in there, and your immune system looks at that like it's a bug, a bacteria, a virus, something. It doesn't like it, and it goes after it. A normal person, that won't happen. There won't be an immune reaction. But someone with thyroid disease, this is why you're getting sick. The immune system identifies it, it goes after it, and what it does is it releases inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. And these are chemical messengers that tell the rest of your immune system to be turned on, that there's an invader in your intestinal tract. And that inflammatory action causes those villi over time to break down. And then it forms what's called leaky gut. And you start to get proteins into your blood supply. And when you get protein in your blood, that protein goes right through the blood and gets into the brain. And there's a barrier there. And a lot of these proteins, these cytokines, can get into the brain and cause inflammation. So what we have here is this cycle. So you swallow the wrong food, you react to the food, it breaks down the gut, it gets in the blood, it goes to the brain, causes inflammation, and next thing you know, you have brain fog. And you go to the doctor and you explain what's going on, and they look at you like you have three eyes because they've never had it themselves, and they don't know what to do. So they give you a medication. And your labs might still look normal, but until you find out what foods are causing inflammation, you're never going to get better. And that's what we do in our office. We test you for those foods. We use a company called Cyrex Labs. It's very, very accurate to find out if you have an immune response to foods other than gluten. Gluten's a common one for people with thyroid disease, but it's the other ones that really make a difference. So leaky gut, you've got to be aware of that. Look for a future video on gluten, because there's a food that if you eat gluten-free food, you're doing the wrong thing. There's some foods out there, there's some ingredients in gluten-free foods that we have problems with. We're going to talk about that in one of the upcoming videos. I hope you learned a little bit about leaky gut, and I hope that you get better in the near future. Thank you very much.